the EP Podcast. Heard everywhere podcasts can be found, and always at the eppodcast.com.
And welcome into the EP Podcast. My name is Chris Lanuti. Hannah Beth will be on this show as well. And we're also going to have a guest before the show is over. It's a weekend update, but sometimes we have a guest on the weekend update. Joining us down here at the 9-foot Homemade Oak Bar before this show ends, we're going to have a local man on that is a member of IBEW Local 134. That's a big union with a lot of members in and around Evergreen Park. And a charity associated with that union was featured on ABC7 this past weekend. We're going to ask him about that. We're going to find out if we can get it on demand so we can all watch it ourselves, and we're going to find out whether or not there's a way we can help out our neighbors. Also, a lot of other things going on in and around Evergreen Park this weekend. Parade at the pub in lieu of the Southside Irish Parade. Durbin's over at 102nd and Kedzie right here in Evergreen Park. Having a big party with the bagpipers and the food and the dancers and everything else should be awesome. I intend to get by there myself. Should be a nice day. We'll get to your weather outlook for this weekend and also take a sneak peek at what the weather is going to be like this coming Wednesday when the biggest holiday on the South Side, let's be honest, St. Patrick's Day, occurs. All of that and more brought to you by the First National Bank of Evergreen Park, our proud sponsors, located in that iconic building at 95th and Pulaski. First National Bank of Evergreen Park would like to help you consolidate or pay down debt with an everyday loan. Get yourself on solid ground. No surprise fees, low fixed rate, up to 24 months to pay it off. The everyday loan gives you breathing room to get back on track. Learn more now at bankevergreenpark.com/EDL for everyday loan. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Let's kick off this weekend update with your weather now. The day this show comes out, Friday the 12th, 53 degrees with a low of 30, partly cloudy. Partly cloudy the next day, 55 is the high, and then on Sunday, 46 is the high, cloudy, but no rain. The rain will get here on Monday, and the temperature will get down to the very low 40s. But by Wednesday, it should be clear, and we might hit 50 on a partly cloudy St. Patrick's Day. It feels like we're going to get one more cold snap, but not too cold. The day this show comes out on Friday, March 12th, as they have done pretty much every Friday for the last several months, there's going to be free COVID-19 testing at Yukich Field, 89th and Kedzie, northwest corner, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., first come, first serve, drive-through, mouth swab. They're not jabbing it up your nose. Results in about 3 to 4 days. Cook County Commissioners Stanley Moore, John Daly, and Mayor James Sexton bring this to you. As for vaccines, look, I don't even get this anymore. We talked about it last week, how they were opening up this United Center thing with like 100,000 vaccines and what the requirements were. And now the requirements are completely different. And guess what, Evergreen Park? You're not part of it. FEMA stepped in and gave it to certain area codes only. And you want to know how close we got? 60652 is right on the other side of 87th Street, across the border from Evergreen Park. You know, if you don't think this vaccine rollout is screwed up, I don't know what you're watching. Like, my parents got it. I feel good for them. But shouldn't, like, your parents have it too? Or, like, you should have it if you're qualified to have it? Let's get this thing rolling. It's been a year since the first lockdown. Summer's coming. I'm ready to mingle. On Thursday, April the 1st, the Evergreen Park Recreation Department is going to do something really cool. They did it for Christmas with Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, a drive-through parade right at the community center at 3450 West 97th Street, Thursday, April 1st. Easter Bunny visit, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Get in your car, drive by, wave. You know, if I remember how they did it with Santa Claus, get the kids in the back of the car, drive up. The bunny is far enough away, but you can kind of roll down the window. Kids can kind of wave to the Easter Bunny. They're going to be giving out stuff. They always give out great goodie bags over there. That event is offered by the EP Recreation Department. Should be a lot of fun on the 1st of April with the Easter Bunny. Unfortunately, the day this show comes out on Friday, March 12th, the Village Pantry will be unexpectedly closed. There are no indications at this time this is a long-term thing. You can get a vote-by-mail application for the April 6th elections direct from the county clerk. That's right, vote for mayor by mail. Vote for your trustees by mail. Vote for your village clerk by mail. evergreenpark-ill.com, or do like I do and show up on polling day. There is also early voting starting on the 22nd. And remember, if you want to hear from the candidates, both mayoral candidates, on the show in the last couple of weeks, go back. It's on demand everywhere podcasts can be found, and always at the eppodcast.com. You've heard us talk about Cool Cloud's Vapor Shop, local Evergreen Park business that helps people stop smoking. In fact, they've been around right here in Evergreen Park since 2014, and they are open and ready now to help smokers get off of cigarettes with a $30 starter kit. A wide range of devices are available. Try a different flavor or a nicotine strength. And right now they're offering curbside pickup, delivery, and shipping options. Cool Clouds also has a growing selection of CBD products and recreational cannabis accessories. First-time customers, mention the EP podcast for 20% off your first purchase when you sign up for the rewards program. With gift certificates available, get one now for the smoker you want to get off cigarettes. Cool Clouds Vapor Shop, 3837 West 95th Street in Evergreen Park. Age verification is required, must be 21. Remember, quitting smoking is hard. Lucky for you, there's Cool Clouds Vapor Shop. Last Sunday, there was a TV show that came out, and I think it was the first episode. It's called Built to Last. It was on Channel 7, ABC. It came on at noon, and it featured a lot of people that live in Evergreen Park. Okay, Local 134, that's the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, and they got featured, and they were doing something for charity, and we missed it. It's on me. I wanted to feature it before they got on the air, and I got tied up in the craziness with all, like, listen, between Sean Good, Kelly Burke, and Mayor Sexton, it's been a busy couple of weeks around here.
Yeah.
So these guys got pushed, and I feel bad, but Mike Evans is sitting down here, and I know Mike from when we used to coach together. We used to coach against each other.
Oh, no.
In the Evergreen Park Girls Softball League, right, Mike?
No.
How are you?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good. Don't let that championship trophy from that year we coached against each other sitting next to you bother you.
Can I say suck it or no?
But yeah, that's some good-natured ribbing right there. We've actually known each other for years. He's got great family. He's got his daughter played in that league and is a superstar athlete. And I'm sure you're and she's a nice kid too. So I'm sure you're pretty proud of her.
Yes, we are.
What happened on this television program last Sunday on Channel 7? Tell us what happened. What did we miss in case we're able to go back? A lot of people can go back on demand depending on what kind of device they have. Maybe they can go find it.
Yeah, they can go back on demand. I believe they have on the website, too, you can go. I'm not sure if they're broadcasting it yet. I know all the entire, the first 6 seasons are on there. We filmed this back last May, and obviously COVID happened, and, prior to that, and season, I believe, was pushed back a little bit. So they heard about what Local 134 has for its members back in 2010.
And now, is 134, I was part of a union as a 911 dispatcher. I was a union president, but our number was just for our unit, which just happened to be out in Des Plaines, even though we had people spread out all over the county. Is 134 like the whole state? Is it a certain area? Where does it land?
Local 134 is all of Chicago Cook County area.
Okay.
There's all the locals, like DuPage has their own 701. Will
County. Chicago, Cook County, so that's why I see so many of them in Evergreen Park.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And there's Evergreen Park's one of the highest number of members.
You have a
in
ton
134.
of these signs are everywhere. Hannah, I don't know if you've noticed it when you're driving around Evergreen Park.
I'm going to look now.
They're everywhere. It looks like it's a Chicago flag, and it says, I support IBEW 134, and I see them sitting in front of a lot of houses in Evergreen Park. Until they did the EP Strong sign, it was one of the more popular signs you would see in front of people's houses. So I know there's a lot of them out there. So they did this show with you guys on ABC 7, and they recorded it back last May. Pandemic gets in the way, but tell me how you guys are featured. What happened in it?
Basically, we have this organization. It's actually a charitable organization. It's 501c3 that helps its members. It started back in 2010. When the economy for building trades really really took a tumble. We were, I think, Local 134 at the time had a high unemployment number of around over 2,000.
Wow.
And
those are rough times, though. Housing market drops down. So when the housing market drops, now all of a sudden there's no construction and it just trickled down. That was a rough time.
And so the business manager at the time, Terry Allen, him and another business agent, Marty McElligott, came up with this charitable organization to start for its members. And it started out real small, started out just giving out $50 Jewel gift cards to members that were on the books. And the first donation was actually from Terry Allen, who was able to, that's how we started. We did that for a few years, and there was a meeting around 2011, July of 2011, I believe it was, that I walk into the Union Hall, and he got a truckload of Guinness beer. Like, there was pallets.
God bless him.
Of cases, of Guinness beer, And we walked in, and we couldn't believe it, and we were told that Terry was going to mention during the meeting that whoever gives money to the Helping Hand Fund, you walk out with some beer. Wow. So we raised something like around $7,500 that night. So with that large donation we got, we were able to structure the organization completely differently. We were able to get away from just giving some gift cards out to members. Not that it was anything bad. It just wasn't helping.
You can go bigger.
Right. So we were able to utilize that money. We had our first benefit in 2012, did real good there. We started selling T-shirts, and it took off from there. And I think the total number, so we're just under 400,000 we've raised and given out.
And the idea is to support your members.
We went from
when they're in trouble, when their work disappears, when if some kind of issue pops up, you guys are there to support the other people in your union.
It started for people that were unemployed.
Right.
And it took off from, we've had.
Do you use it for other things now? Like something else happens? So give people an example.
Member's death.
Okay.
Somebody
gets sick.
Child illness,
something like that.
Real things that you don't even, you live your day-to-day duties, not even thinking about the things you have your minimal problems that sometimes you think is just the end of the world.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you get a
phone call
yeah.
about a member's kid dying or something like that. And it just puts everything in perspective. And to be a part of something like this and help situate it to where it's at now, it's a great feeling. And I have a great committee. All these guys are dedicated, and it's always for the members. And nobody gets paid. All the money that we get goes right out to the members that are in need.
And it takes care of an awful lot of people that are here in Evergreen Park. If somebody want to learn more about the charity, is there a way that they can can look you guys up and if they want to donate, they could, or like maybe kind of find out more? Do you have a website or something?
We have a website, www.helpinghand134.org.
Okay.
Is our website. We just put a Facebook page out, 134 HHF charitable organization. Last year we couldn't have our benefit, obviously because of COVID. And we were fortunate enough to get a large donation from Power Week Chicago, which actually helped us stay afloat.
Okay.
Largely due to our current business manager, Don Finn, who I couldn't say anything more than this guy has went to bat for us I don't know how many times and it's helped us out a lot. So we appreciate that. And we appreciate all the members that come to the benefits and the ones that donate online as well. So thank you for all of that. And we'll continue helping everybody out. And our 8th annual benefit this year is going to be October 9th, 2021 at 115 Bourbon Street. It's actually a Saturday from 1 to 6.
All right. So
Great.
Mike Evans from Local 134, hang out, have a beer. I got to move you away from the bar onto the couch because the Stockyard Kilty Band just came walking in, and you're on Friday's show. They're on Monday's show, but you're going to get a sneak preview here while you have a cold one and get to listen to some bagpipes. Sound good?
Awesome.
And
Perfect.
drums.
Yeah.
Everyone forgets the drummer.
This is awesome. All right, it's going to get loud down here in the basement. Make sure you listen on Monday on the EP Podcast, found everywhere podcasts can be found, and always at the eppodcast.com. Bye-bye, everybody.
Another show isn't wrapped up. Another show's in the books. Another show isn't wrapped up. And then by the looks, it's gonna be a good one. And we'll see you next week. and the nudist basement, and the nudist basement. Another show is wrapped up, another show is wrapped up, another show is wrapped up, and it's in the books. Another show is wrapped up, another show is wrapped up, and by the looks, it's gonna be a good one. Nudist basement, broadcast basement, the nudist basement, the broad basement. Sláinte.
The EP Podcast. Heard everywhere podcasts can be found, and always at the eppodcast.com.